Hi, I have a quick imagination exercise for you. So it is morning and you are drinking your coffee with a pen in your hand and your notebook before your eyes. You are about to schedule your day. You set to writing. You get inspired. Today I will get this done and also this. And then I'll also get this done and these 5 other things. And then you proceed to get to work. Noon comes, you even get hungry, but you realize you only completed 1.5 tasks from your long list. Have you ever wondered why are we so ambitious with our to-do lists when we make them, but so overwhelmed when we actually get to work? I bet you blame yourself, but I feel the need to tell you that you're losing the big picture a bit. Literally. To realistically plan a day, you should plan it in a calendar, not on a piece of paper. Tasks don't take up space, they take up time. And you see, if you look at the paper, you have plenty of space. But when you look at the calendar, you only have a very limited amount of time. So you should visualize your tasks accordingly. Thus, let's dive into the first thing you will see in MiniCRM once you log in, today's view. The main area that sticks out are these little circles which will tell you. First, how many to-dos you currently have on your list for today, how many of them require your immediate attention because they have an expiry deadline, like you said you will do them by now but you didn't get the chance to or something like that. And finally, how many you reschedule today in order to be efficient and prioritize only the things that need immediate assistance. A little lower, you will see the same thing as above, but in a more detailed version. Here, you have the name of the customers you have to get something done with. What exactly is it that you have to get done with them? About the status and the product we will talk in a bit. And when exactly you need to start working on whatever it is here. As I am sure you noticed, the system will prioritize these tasks for you according to the date you set up here. Everything you see on this page, the system puts together for you, so you no longer need to spend any extra time on administration and gather your weekly or daily tasks. But how does it work? When you sign up for MiniCRM, you didn't sign up for a system per se, but rather for a personal assistant. In your personal assistant's office, I want you to think that there is this cabinet of drawers in which he will store your database or databases, depending on the processes you are going to manage from the system. Each drawer of this cabinet contains files of your customers, projects, and products, and you can find all of it here on the menu bar. In this test system specifically, let's say that I hire MiniCRM to help me manage a farm. Therefore, my system will have 3 drawers that MiniCRM will manage for me. Sales, where I will store my files related to customers who buy my crops. Projects, where I will find my files related to projects I carry around the farm. And finally, help desk, where I will have the files with questions from customers. But back to my today's view. Essentially, all of the lines here are files that require my attention today, all already sorted in the order of priority like we discussed, which is something that the system did for me based on the data I gave him. And he will do this every day with any new incoming files and tasks. If we open any drawer, you will see that the structure is quite similar, with very few differences. Very much like in today's view, you will see the name of the customer file, what exactly needs to be done about them, who should do it in this case, and respectively when. So the product view, unlike today's view, contains all-time information and for the entire team. You will notice that besides the customer files, there is also a status bar. This will enable you to see the whole procedure the files from these drawers need to go through. In the case of a sales product, the procedure will look something like this most probably. For a helpdesk product, on the other hand, it might look something like this. Anyway, regardless of the product, you can edit the status bar at any time simply by clicking on this little icon here, as long as you have admin rights in the system. Keep in mind that these statuses are going to offer a good structure to your internal processes. The more simple they are to follow, the easier it will be for the team to actually adhere to them and follow each step. Alright, so let's do a quick recap. Today's view is your daily to-do list that gets updated in real time and that the system customizes differently for each user, for each individual day you have ahead. And 2, the product view is more of a database where you and your team will work together. So we can conclude that everywhere you look in MiniCRM, you will find files. In MiniCRM terms, we like to call these files opportunity cards. The purpose of the opportunity card is to centralize all the information you have on a certain topic. For example, a sale, let's say. Let's open one and explore its anatomy. But please keep in mind that the very same structure applies regardless of its purpose, be it a sale, a customer, a project, or whatever else. Let's click on it and ta-da! This is how an opportunity card looks like. The very first thing that pops out is most likely this tasks area, which is also the base for the prioritization we have been speaking about so far. All of the tasks that are due to happen on a certain customer should be set here, so the system knows in whose attention should this customer be brought in and when. As I'm sure you noticed, we have 2 tasks here, one for me and one for my colleague. This means that, as you already saw, this task appears today on my today's view already. Soon enough, this client will also be brought into Paul's attention on his today view when the date from here comes. And once a task is completed, it will go down in history. Literally. If you scroll down a little lower, you will see that the system likes to keep track of everything that different members accomplished with this client. And here I mean everything. From to-dos to email communication, WhatsApp, and SMS messages, to even calls. And this will take us to the following area on the opportunity card, which is the fields you will need to fill in. Now, this is an area you will most likely be very familiar with because, as I'm sure, you worked with fields before as well. But when customizing this, it is good to start off from the following structure. Basic fields with information that the team absolutely needs in order to proceed with the sale, like, for example, the product that the customer is interested in, their budget for prioritization, or the sent offer. Fields with information that should get to the customer. For instance, let's say the price in the offer, if any discounts were applied, or the offer deadline, and you'll see why these are important in the following video. And lastly, fields with information that you want to measure, like the final closing price, so you can see an overall statistics here, or the reason why possible customers refuse your offers, as to identify if there are any trends. Once you and your team have these fields in mind, you can always edit this section by simply clicking this icon from here. Again, if you have admin rights. But do keep in mind that less is more. Centralize only the information that you and your team need according to the 3 categories above. However, if you are a user, I recommend you still fill in everything that the manager has set up here. It is good to communicate the need that you have for any extra fields, very much as it is very important for you to tell your manager if you find any of these fields to be of little less use. So do communicate with your manager and inform him on how to best customize the system based on your feedback as well. Finally, there is the contact information area. Here, you can add all the information you need to know about this customer, from company details to key contacts. With some of this information, you will even be able to interact. For example, the website, the phone number if you have the afferent integrations, the email address as to send emails, the physical address as to locate them on Google Maps, or other info that you might need to be available at a glance. For anything else, there is this area that they can very easily access and personalize from here and here. And one more thing, a bit lower, you'll also notice that there is a cards section. This comes from opportunity cards. If a client will have multiple sales with you, or multiple projects, or multiple help desk tickets, and so on, each of these will have a separate dedicated opportunity card, essentially a separate file. In this area, the system will put together the client's entire portfolio for you, so you can easily access all the history you have with them. And that's all you need to know about MiniCRM to get started. Today's view, the product view, and the opportunity card. Pretty cool, right? Now, to get things going, I got a challenge for you. Let's do one final exercise of imagination, and with this occasion, let's manage your first customer in the system. Follow along with me, replacing my farmer example with everyday workflow at your company. So, let's say that I am at a networking event in the agricultural sector where I came with Paul, my colleague that you saw a little bit earlier. We watch a few presentations, we give a presentation of our own, we eat a few snacks, when, during the break, somebody approaches us saying that she is interested in our product. She says she would like to buy significant amounts of our crops in the following period as to supply her local store from 2 locations. We exchange business cards, and then me and Paul agreed to send her an offer first thing the following morning. The following morning comes, I sit down at my desk, very much like you're sitting at yours right now, and I take my new prospective customer's card. Let's add her in our MiniCRMs together. First, let's open the drawer where we will store her file and click on New Opportunity Card. We fill in the first name, the last name. For a position, let's say that she's a chief executive. We fill in her contact information. And for now, let's say that all we know about her is that she works for MiniCRM Delight, which is the name of the company. Yes, it's a fictional company, so we stay GDPR compliant. The sales status, the step we are in with her at this moment basically, will be sending the offer, as we already agreed at the conference. And for now, I will let myself as the person in charge of this customer. I invite you to pause this video and fill in the exact same data in your system as you see on my screen, so we can do the exercise together. Instead of my email address from here, however, feel free to fill in yours so you can experience Betty's viewpoint at the same time with the offer we are about to send her. So don't forget, first is data, then the status, then the responsible, the owner of the customer. Go ahead, pause the video, I will wait here, and then we can proceed with sending the offer. Wonderful. Let's add the opportunity card now. And this is how our brand new customer looks like in MiniCRM. First things first, for Betty to appear on our today's view, let's add a task with what it is that we have to do here. This way, we simply cannot forget about the offer we promised her, no matter what interruptions might happen. So let's start with adding a very simple task for now. And I'm also going to let you peek a little bit into the backstage of MiniCRM by telling you that this task will also be counted in the reports that the system puts together for management purposes. And let's see, it already appeared in my today's view, and it should also appear on yours if you add the task like I did before. Perfect. Let's centralize the info we have now. We already know where Betty came from and what she is interested in. But to make her an offer, let's say we need to find out a bit more about her company. So, after we do our online research and gather the information, we can fill in our findings here. In our case, because she has so little employees, maybe we can offer her some extra services, who knows. And you will see that you can do that even with Betty herself or any other extra contact you will add later on. Great, it seems that we have all the data we need now. Once the offer is ready, let's attach it to the opportunity card too, so we have it all together. And let's send it to Betty. If you click on her email address, you will see that you can either send her an email from a template, or you can send her a personalized one, which is also what we are going to do. About templates, we will talk in a bit. If you happen to need for the offer to get to multiple people, you can add them in the CC from here, as long as they are either users in MiniCRM, so colleagues of yours, like it is Paul for me, or they are added as contacts in this area from here. Add the subject, attach the file, and add the text in the body of the email, preview if you need to, and send. So we successfully carried out this task, and we just advanced with Betty from sending the offer to following up with her. Go ahead, pause this video, and send your first email from MiniCRM with me. Don't forget to update the system with your actions by closing the task as well and moving your customer to the following status. After you have sent the email, you will find it in the history. As long as the customer doesn't touch your email, it will appear with this icon as unread with an enclosed envelope on a blue background. But as soon as the email is read, the envelope will open in your history as well with your first refresh. And it will be displayed like this. The envelope will be open this time and the background will be green. Okay, so Betty read our email. 1 day goes by. 2 days go by. The tension increases. Will she reach out? Will we remember to reach out to her? Perhaps or perhaps not. But if she doesn't reach out, the sales is practically lost. Oh damn, not again. Not another thing that we have to remember. Not another customer lost in the nebula of miscommunication. Do you also feel frustrated with situations like this? Well, then I have a great solution. Let's be proactive and not let Betty go to waste. Come on, it's our chance to make a big sale. Are you curious how can we make it happen? Then meet me in the following video and I will show you how.